just seen that?
It's been there for like a week.
Do I do air horns for this?
Oh no, mine's actually gone though.
That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, you do have a
Mine
little
was
Twitter
there.
thing, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Losers Love.
Let's
We got that dog in us.
We got that dog in
I'm
us.
not sure.
Nuggets fall. Well, the Nuggets fall to the Phoenix Suns. What was the final score in that game? 119-115. Honestly, a surprising amount of things to take away from this one. The shorthanded Nuggets. Finally, the Nuggets not playing their starters, way more interesting than them playing their starters, but them not caring.
Yeah,
Way
For
better.
sure.
Way better.
we've gotten two great non-starters games.
We really have.
over the last week.
They would have beaten Houston if they just rested the starters.
They actually,
That's
honestly,
my big
probably
take,
would have.
right?
Probably.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to talk about. Peyton Watson was incredible. Bruce Brown does something he's never done before.
Sheesh.
No shortage of things. Then we're going to do a little Stonk report on the bench. To help me do that, though, I brought in Brendan Vogt.
Oh man, my vibes are so high. Are you kidding?
You're so much more sober than you were in the pregame show.
That's true, but oh my god, man, what an effort by the short-handed Nugs.
What an effort indeed. Over here, I got Harrison Wood.
I just know like what Vogt's feeling on the inside right now,
it's-
and it's terrible.
I'm anxious.
like I feel for how you're feeling.
So anxious
at
right
this
now.
moment.
Yeah, please
on
take the wheel.
On the far end, we've got Superstar Dev.
I mean, the closer we get to the playoffs, the happier I get. We're almost there.
We're so
almost
far,
there.
though.
Closer we get to
man.
the end of this show, the happier I will be.
I don't have a fast rundown. I didn't do one today.
What?
Well, why would I do a fast break rundown?
Because
I mean,
it was such a good game, dude. Isn't that your job?
honestly, man, like it was a good game. The Nuggets did not play their starters tonight. They did travel though. Although, did you see Jokic on the bench? Did they ever cut to him?
I didn't see that he was on the bench. I saw he was at the arena, though. The other guys were on the bench.
I saw Jamal.
AG.
You saw AG on the bench?
KCP on the
You saw
bench
KCP.
also. Yeah.
Who else is there? Michael Porter? Did
I did not see Porter either.
you see Michael Porter?
Tonight, I
Yeah.
didn't see him. Well, because if he was there, we would like 6 threes, good rebounding.
No, I'm saying he didn't play. Of course he didn't
No,
play.
I'm saying we would have noticed if he was out there. It would have looked so dope.
Yeah. I wish.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You guys go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't see him on the bench. Definitely didn't see him on the court. But let's just start off some big takeaways, guys. Dev, what do you got from this game? What's your big takeaway?
Biggest takeaway is going into this game a little bit nervous of a matchup against Phoenix. After this game, no longer think about
Really?
Phoenix. No longer.
Come
I
on,
think
man.
that's-
Seriously?
Tev, that's ridiculous.
I don't. They looked good without their
Ugh.
entire team against a team that played pretty hard. They really wanted to win that game.
It's
I
like-
don't think that they played down to competition. I don't.
I think Dev has dismissed the Warriors and the Suns
And
in
John
the
Moran.
span of
Yeah,
5
yeah.
days.
I get that part. But I seen a team without their stars compete against a team with stars.
You know what I'll say, though? The Suns had nothing to play for tonight either. They played their guys just to keep a rhythm, and it's like, yeah, welcome to purgatory. It sucks. Your guys aren't locked in. The defense wasn't good. I mean, their defense was pretty bad tonight. Phoenix's was.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding?
I do feel like this is a little bit, though, like the Nuggets lose to the Rockets and the whole timeline's like, Denver's frauds.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit of that going on. I mean, look, that Phoenix didn't have to try that hard to win tonight.
I will
you
say,
kidding?
though,
Yeah.
to Dev's point, there's one guy on Phoenix I'm definitely not scared of.
My God, this is going to be... Hold on, Kel, get the pepper takes ready.
Maybe-
I don't think this is
maybe
that
don't say
peppery
it
of a
yet.
take. It's DeAndre Ayton.
Wow, okay, that's not where I thought you were going with that. I thought you were going somewhere else.
it feels like DeAndre Jordan outplayed DeAndre Ayton tonight.
Would you say you dislike him as much as his teammates?
Who dislikes it more, you or Phoenix?
Probably Phoenix.
Yeah, I think
to
you're
be
right.
totally
Pretty good
honest.
player.
He wasn't, he wasn't fantastic tonight.
Yeah.
What's your big takeaway, Lynn?
My big takeaway is that I think the 3 guys that played tonight, 3 of the 4 who played tonight that are actually going to play in the playoffs played really well. Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Jeff Green. Zeke Naji, I felt like he was not that great tonight.
Unremarkable. Yeah.
But those 3, and I mean, that's Denver's 6th, 7th, and 8th men in the playoffs. Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Jeff Green. I felt like those guys looked locked in tonight. Like, I really liked how all 3 of those guys played. Bruce Brown, of course, career high 31 points. He outscored Kevin Durant tonight.
No way.
That's pretty crazy.
Is that true?
yeah.
His old
Wow.
team.
31-29.
Who's better, do you think?
DeAndre Ayton?
Okay.
Christian Brown, like they were hyping him up on TNT. It felt like his kind of national coming out party. And then Jeff Green hit 3 threes. Like I thought Jeff Green was fine tonight. So that's my big takeaway.
I like it, man. I think those are all good ones. What do you got for us?
This is March, man. What the Nuggets...
This is actually April, but
Oh, is it April?
it's April 6th.
You're about to get an all-timer
I
from Vogt.
tweeted that so earnely. Like
You're
an
about
hour
a
ago.
week late on that take.
Is it April right
Guys,
now?
it's March.
This is the second time he said it today. On the show, he said
It's
it
like
earlier.
not even like it's April. It's April 6th.
All right, here's the thing. I
Almost a
stand
week
by the
into
take.
April.
Stand
Hang on.
by it, okay.
I stand by the take. I mean, I'm wrong about
it's
the
March,
date
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
But what the Nuggets did to Phoenix tonight is what's been happening to the Nuggets for 2 months. If you show up in March and April and you play hard, you have a chance, man.
So true.
The Nuggets, I joked about who they played versus Houston, but Christian Braun, Peyton Watson, they're going to take March and April more seriously than Jokic is. That's a fact. And you saw it in how this game went tonight. Am I still scared of Phoenix? Of course. But I don't know, man. This is what's been happening to Denver, and it's kind of a good refresher on perspective of what it means when young tryhards show up and try hard.
The tryhards are so valuable. The young guys are valuable for that very reason. Like veteran players, man. I mean, Jeff Green is the ultimate veteran, and that he just doesn't play hard throughout most of the year. And I do think that there's something too. Like George Karl was always good at this as a coach. He'd throw out a guy that was just like, why are you playing this guy? Oh, because he's going to play hard tonight.
Yeah.
And nobody else is, and you just need that. And I do think with what we've seen over the last month, some of this is like, man, that's why you play a Peyton Watson. That's why you play a Christian
Totally,
Braun
man.
more minutes, because they're going to at least play hard. And, you know, it just inevitably will drag up the intensity level of the game and force the other guys. So I
Yeah.
think that's a really good one. But
I mean, this game did seem very similar to the Warriors game, except Denver
Yep.
won that
You
one.
see that comment? Like I just said, Vogt does not have one friend on this show. That is so funny.
You might have Kale tonight.
why do you think
That's
he
about
sits
it.
over here, guys? Come on,
You're
man.
right, for sure.
But just the fight that the Nuggets had tonight, it felt very similar to that Warriors
Yes,
game.
exactly. Yeah.
My big takeaway, the thing about tonight, you take out the starters who are obviously the best players of the team, but what you're left with are a bunch of really good defensive players. They're not necessarily a good unit, and there were some guys tonight like Reggie and DeAndre that contributed, but you don't count on. Peyton Watson, I said this the other day when they played, Peyton Watson, Bruce Brown, Christian Braun, those three guys on the court together are so freaking good defensively.
Yeah.
And Christian Braun tonight guarding Devin Booker, I mean, my God, man. I just look at that and I go, the plan, I know we don't talk anymore about the future of the Nuggets because their time is now, but I do look at that and I just go, man, having good defenders, not like good, but very elite defenders, these guys are prospects, having them all collectively, it's like, man, the sky's the limit for the Nuggets long term, and that's what stood out to me tonight. I'm
New
more
young
sold.
core?
New young core just dropped, man, and I'm very into Peyton Watson. I just think he's such an interesting prospect. He only went 1 of 6 tonight, but I look at him and I go, man, I think he's going to hit. I really do think he's going to hit.
When you had a great Peyton take tonight about how he handles transition and just his approach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just, like, goes balls to the wall in transition.
Just attacks the rim like a
pedal
madman.
to the floor,
Yeah.
Eric called him a predator in transition, and I
Yeah.
like that one because it is true. Like he turns into attack mode, like
Yes.
put you on your heels, and he had some nice stuff tonight. So, but it's really just the combination of good defensive players. It's funny to think of some of the guys that got minutes this year in an effort to just try to find a lineup that works. When you look at it and you go, Bruce, Christian, Peyton, those guys all play hard. They all play defense. That's such a good place to start.
Yeah, that was the positive about this game. Not only do they have good defense in that unit, they have guys that are going to try hard. They have guys that are trying to prove themselves. Even this late in the year, they didn't get the minutes. They are still trying to prove that they belong and they want to get rotation minutes. So this was a team effort of just playing hard defense, but also giving it their best shot the entire time. Peyton Watson, specifically, that guy wants it. That guy wants to like prove himself. He plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
That you truly do need as a young guy. And then you match that with Christian Braun, who they're not in competition of one another. They're just like trying to feed off of each other and trying to feed off of the minutes that they're given. I think that's what's great about this young unit. And also just this group that played tonight. it was not a competition of who can do the most. It's
Right.
like, hey, we're gonna just play hard together and try to give our best shot. Win or lose, we have effort.
Yeah.
It's what I love about, I mean, Christian Braun in particular, but Peyton Watson seems to have it too, where they're trying to do the thing that they're going to be asked to do in the future.
Right.
They're not trying to do something else. This wasn't in fact, Christian Braun had a moment tonight, I don't remember who it was, where he got the ball in the perimeter and he starts
The
like
step back
Yeah.
three.
He like crossed over a few
Yeah.
times. You're kind of like, this is hilarious.
Wind
But I
almost
mean,
passed out.
he did it out of necessity, not out of like desire.
Yeah. I just love how Peyton has carried himself like this last week when he's been in the rotation. He's played super hard. I feel like he's played pretty within himself, but he's also been aggressive, particularly in transition. And my read on Peyton Watson is this is a kid who was the former #1 recruit in California. You know, blue chip guy, went to UCLA, then got a little humbled at UCLA, didn't really play as a freshman, spent the entire season in the G League, maybe got humbled some more.
Right.
And I wonder if he now has a different perspective on just what it takes to make it, and what he's going to have to do to make it on this team and with the Nuggets, you know, now that he's getting a shot, because I just love how, I just love how he's carried himself and just what he's done and just what he's been about
Maybe
these last
this
couple
is
games.
naive or dumb, but something about him getting a taste of this before his first offseason.
So
It's
true.
huge.
It's huge,
I
man.
think it's huge,
It's
man.
not dumb, man. It's
Yeah.
it's actually kind of important. And like, I'm glad it's happening now, but I honestly wish he had 20 games like this under his
I know.
belt instead of
I
4 or
agree.
5. I
Yeah.
just think it would have been so valuable for him. Nonetheless, I do think he's made a lot of the minutes that he's been given. And
He's
honestly,
made a huge impression.
we're honestly going to get 2 more games of him because I don't know if the starters are going to play again. I think he's going to get an opportunity to shine in these upcoming games as well. And it wasn't just him. I mean, like I said, Christian Braun, let's talk real quickly about this. But Christian Braun, Devin Booker tonight goes 3 of 12. I know it wasn't all him. He had 15 points. He did have 8 assists. But I just felt like Christian Braun, even on KD, he had a couple great defensive possessions. KD doesn't miss because he's too tall. But, I mean, I legitimately buy Christian Braun's defense. When we talk about what can he be, we just say like a solid defender. The way we say KCP's a solid defender, he might be an elite defender. He might be an Alex Caruso, a Drew Holiday. Like, KCP's a really good defender, but we don't talk about him as one of the best defenders in the NBA. We're just like, he's a really good matchup defender.
Yeah.
Christian Braun, he's a rookie. I mean, who knows? But I look at him and what he did tonight on Devin Booker, and I go, that guy might actually be elite. What do you think, Devin?
Yeah, I mean, he has the strength, he has the size, he has the motor. And those are just like intangibles that you can't teach. Like, it's all instinct out there with him. And he's just read and react. I mean, and that comes from playing like, you know, a lot of ball, but he's still a rookie. So like, he's only going to get better. He's only going to be able to find those, you know, ways that these vets have in the league. And he's showing that against Devin Booker, one of the better
One of the toughest covers, man.
in the entire NBA.
Right.
Like, if you could show those type of, you know, pieces against them, what about when you're going against second units? What about when you're,
Right.
you know, being able to lead your group and play around other, you know, great defensive guys? So just like those small things, like, stand out, and he's only going to get better, which is going to put him in elite categories.
Right.
So he's good. He's
Are you
really
are
good.
you buying him as an elite, like that he has a chance to be an elite defender?
He definitely has the chance for it, and he's just he already has all of the small pieces, and that's in year 1, and it's not even full year 1, so he is going to get there.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, right, heading into the playoffs, should he play, which I think we all expect him to at this point. I know there's the rookie wall. He didn't play much. Do you talk about the other best defenders on the team, KCP, Bruce Brown? It's been a long season. Christian has fresh legs, man.
a good point.
I really like Christian looks ready to go for some intense basketball right now.
Yeah, I really don't remember any time where he's looked overmatched, you know,
Right.
throughout the entire
Right.
season. And I mean, this started game 2 of the season when he like showed out on defense against the Warriors, and just every big matchup, it feels like he holds his own. And I feel like he loves those matchups. I feel like he loves testing himself against the best. His defense was great tonight. I feel like his offense was interesting tonight. Like, I feel like he flashed some stuff on offense that he hasn't flashed
Like what?
a whole lot this season. He was just so aggressive tonight, getting to the rim, obviously, but just looking for his own shot. I just feel like he looked to call his own number more tonight than I can ever remember him.
The other guy that stood out to me tonight was playoff Reggie Jackson. We all joke about how bad Reggie Jackson has looked in his time here in Denver. But tonight, I mean, he did shoot 15 shots. He only shot 7 of 15, which is below 50%. But 20 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 of 5 from 3. He had some moments tonight, man, where I thought he looked pretty good. I don't know if he's in a playoff rotation or what. But at least after tonight, you have more confidence that he has something.
Yeah, at least showed flashes.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. Especially you're down your starters in a game. You need your point guard to get you going. You need your point guard to be aggressive, but also to facilitate. He had a lot of hero ball in this game. You know, he took 15 shots in the game, but he also has 6 assists. He also broke Chris Paul down off the dribble and finished around the rim and made them guard him. Which I did not think that he had.
Sure.
I think that's what it is he's been so bad that I didn't think he had that. So he showed that he still can be a piece if you call on him. You don't want to rely on those type of pieces, but if he's there, if you have to give some minutes in a playoff series, if he can have those type of games, this is the guy that you trade for. Those are the type of minutes that you need. So I think that was one of his better outings, given the circumstances.
I think it was definitely his best game.
I think so
as a
too.
Nugget for sure.
I think it was.
Yeah.
And then no Thomas Bryant.
Man,
That ship has sailed, huh?
did I ruin this for Thomas Bryant?
we-
I'm actually wondering.
It's possible.
Who
I've thought
plays
about
more
that.
minutes from here on out?
Harrison.
Jack White or Thomas Bryant? 2 games left and probably both going to be bench games.
It's probably Jack White.
Maybe
man.
Jack White.
I mean, is Thomas Bryant in line for any minutes right now? Like any version of the minutes?
So if you think about guys who played tonight who might rest, Bruce Brown probably number 1, but Jeff Green maybe number 2.
right.
So that maybe opens up an opportunity for him. But if Bruce said, I don't know, man, it's tough. I just don't think either one
Would Michael Malone just give Thomas Bryant one of these final 2 games?
Man, I think for some reason he seems to hate him. The answer the other day wasn't just he's
It
not playing
might
well.
be Harrison. I'm not ruling that out.
It truly does feel like
It might
hate
have
because
been me.
if you look at football, for instance,
Okay.
when they have a trade in the middle of the season, they feel obligated to play them. They feel like if you don't play them, it's admitting that we made a mistake. They are not showing that. Malone is not showing that. Calvin Booth is not showing that. They made the trade, and they're not playing Reggie Jackson every game. They're not playing Thomas Bryant. And that's with the noise getting louder with Bones playing really well right now. They still I don't care. He's not playing. He's not in the rotation.
Yeah.
That's hatred. That's a doghouse
Yeah.
that he is not getting out of. So I don't think that he plays in that series. And it's not even a do right by our guys type of thing because they could just put him out there for some minutes. They did it for Bobo where you're just hey, just go play in Summer League. We'll just see if you could do something. They're not doing that with him. It's hate.
Yeah, it is hate, man.
They did play Thomas Bryant right when they got here. Right when he
They
got
tried
here.
it.
He
They did try
got a
That's the
run.
opportunity.
Yeah, he
Man.
got some run.
It's such a weird thing to say. Malone has such a short leash with backup centers. But I'm not even trying to be funny. It's he's does not have a lot of trust in
Yeah.
any one of these options.
Let's take a break. On the other side, we're going to do a little stonk report of the bench players heading into the playoffs here. We'll take a little inventory with 2 games left to go.
Guys, Fubo TV. You want to watch the Nuggets?
Yes.
You want to watch the Avs?
Love
Check
my
out
food.
Fubo TV, www.fubotv.com/DNVR, or you can scan that QR code right there, right on the screen. 140 live channels of sports, shows, movies, and news. You can stream Fubo TV from any device. Watch the most Colorado sports for the lowest price. You can start watching immediately. Sign up. Start watching tonight. 7-day free trial as well. No contract with Fubo TV. No cable, no hassle. Sign up right with that QR code or at FuboTV.com/DNVR. Start watching immediately. You also get 1,000 hours of cloud DVR. No extra charge. So you get DVR too. The week of that already passed. So you can watch the Nuggets on Altitude Sports with Fubo TV. Use the link in the description, or you can sign up FuboTV.com/DNVR. Use that link and get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. So even more specialties with Fubo Pro. You can get that with that link. Get 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. Also at Shady Rays. Shout out to Shady Rays. Take on the sun with gear that's built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered ahead of the summer. Summer's coming up. It's pretty nice today, opening day. This is exclusively for our listeners. Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use the code DNVR for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Shady Rays rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. It's just as good as that really expensive brand that you've probably been buying and that breaks on you all the time. Shadyrays.com. Use the code DNVR. 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses.
All right, back here, segment 2. Let me ask you guys a question. The Nuggets now at this loss are tied record-wise with the Philadelphia 76ers. We keep saying there's nothing to play for. The Celtics, I think, are locked into a better record than the Nuggets now. Bucks, of course, locked in. Is there any chance that might come back to be an issue? Like, is there anything you look at and you go, man, don't, have home court against Philly?
Boston, to me, is the number one team that I just don't want to play them in Boston.
Huh. For your agenda or for the Nuggets?
No, I think that's a really tough
okay.
road win, man. Okay. I just think listen, for as many jokes as I make, like, it's a storied and vicious and passionate crowd. I just don't want that one. I can envision them stealing road wins over Milwaukee more than Boston, but I have to admit Philly kind of creeps into that kind of territory of I don't want to play them in Philly. Or I don't want the Nuggets to play them in Philly.
I have no problem whatsoever with that. If you get to play them, that means you made the finals. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
Cross
but it would
that bridge.
suck to lose it. But it would suck to be like, why do we not have home court? Oh, because we punted on the last 5
Cross
games
that
of the
bridge
year.
when you get there. Like
All right.
you go into the playoffs as a healthy team. I would go with that. I would take that every single day of the week. And then you cross that bridge when you get there. If you're in the finals against the 76ers, bring it on.
Yeah, it's probably the smart answer. I think Philly's shutting it down too, though. I don't think Embiid's playing the rest of the season.
It's a funny comment. So.
I thought you were laughing at Embiid. I was like, oh my God. Guys, also real quick before we get to Stonk Report, another thing happened tonight. Bruce Brown became the 5th Nuggets player to have 30 points.
Oh, this season?
This season. So he got 31, which was a career high, but also, so he has a 30-point game. Aaron Gordon has 2. Michael Porter, how many would you guess he has?
30-point games? 1.
3.
4.
3. You got it right there.
3?
Jamal Murray, how many 30-point games do you think he has?
5.
I'll say 6.
4.
7. Win closest to the pit again. And then, of course, Nikola Jokic. How many would you guess? You get to go first this time.
30-point games. He's probably got 30.
That was my guess. Honestly, 30.
What? You going to guess the same number?
No, that was my guess before he said it. I can't.
It was a great guess.
I can't
I'll
control Harrison.
go with 13.
21. 21. So, yeah, 21. So, anyway, Bruce joins the list. 5 players to get the 30th step. All right.
Michael Porter should have more than that.
He really should. I mean, he doesn't take enough shots.
King of the game.
Well, he doesn't
there's
play
yeah, I
30
forgot.
minutes a
Thank
game.
you, Kale.
So.
Yeah.
Hard
DraftKings
cap at
Sportsbook,
30.
King of the game. All right, let's go through the bench here, guys. Let's do a little Stonk report.
Let's do it, man.
Start at the top. Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown, how are you guys feeling about him?
It's a great question right now.
Ready, reveal.
I think there's
We
a
all
right
dance.
answer.
He's up.
Great
There's a right
night
answer.
to play this game.
It's easy to say that after he gets 30 points in a game.
Yeah.
He had some
you love
swagger
to see
tonight.
that. He's actually been playing pretty well lately because
think so.
he's been in a situation where he's the go-to guy. He's the guy that the offense is running through, and he has the ball in his hands, and he's competing and he's showing that. So it's great to see the offense click and the confidence beyond. He has that swagger.
It is worth noting, true shooting-wise, his worst month has been April, only 2 games, now 3. And his second worst one is March.
Oh, he admitted he had a
matches
bad
with the eye
March.
test.
But you know what I like about Bruce in the last 3 weeks is I actually don't. I think in the playoffs he's going to attack the rim. I don't expect him to hit a lot of threes. But in the last 3 weeks, he's playing defense again to me. Tonight's a different example because of who was out. But the work rate distribution, I think, has been much preferable in the last 2 weeks.
Work rate distribution. I like that one.
I'm cool with
I like
Bruce
that.
Brown with the occasional turnover and Britt's layup if he's playing defense. And I think in the last 2-3 weeks, he's been playing defense again.
Okay.
You always know Bruce is going to play hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Here's a crazy one. Jeff Green.
Dude. Way up, bro.
What are we doing? Are we going to have up for everybody?
The bench, man.
The bench is
The bench is back.
The bench is back. I mean, all sincerity, man, he's shooting the ball well.
He's rebounding. I don't know about
yeah,
He
tonight.
had one tonight.
Yeah, well,
Well,
there
all
you go.
right. Listen.
He did rebound really well last game. I
Yeah,
think.
the last couple weeks, I would say.
Yeah. I think Jeff has solidified himself. Like, he is for sure that 4 off the bench.
He was a little cocky in this game, and I love that. He's trash talking their bench and stuff like that. Yeah, there's like history with like players on that team and stuff like that, but it was fun to see him like go after it and get some dunks, get some finishes, and just compete. Yeah. Like, he's having fun.
When you say history, you mean ancient history. We put it out on the timeline today, but him and KD being the last 2 Sonics, it's kind of crazy, man.
That is
the
crazy.
Sonics.
Yeah, man.
Who are the Sonics?
The Seattle Supersonics.
what a lot
I
of
can't
people are
believe
asking.
that Nick Collison is still not on a roster.
By the way, not to bring this down as we're talking about the bench, but you guys see KG, Kevin Garnett, shout out Bones Highland today saying he's going to win the Clippers a playoff game?
I muted Bones Highland from
That's
my
a nightmare.
timeline.
Yeah. What's
Reggie
nightmare for?
Jackson.
I mean,
I'm not buying. I'm not doing the too much of a recency
can't.
bias.
I mean, same as it
I
ever was.
can't.
No?
I
Like,
can't.
it's-
He played well tonight. Happy for him. He made some shots, but like, do we want him out there in the playoffs?
Probably not,
Hell
man.
no.
Dev, is he going to play in the playoffs?
I mean, I pray he doesn't. Talk to my
I'll
Lord
pray
and
for that
Savior
tonight too.
that he doesn't, because that just feels like that means that something went wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Like the Nuggets desperately needed a spark.
Desperately, because I really do feel like, I mean, with Jamal, you have Bruce Brown, who's like trending up, which we just shown. You have like the guards that you could just put out there. If Reggie's playing, that means you're just like trying to buy some time, or something bad happened. So I hope not, but he is trending up just because
trending
of
up.
today.
Yeah.
You know, today.
Yeah.
So, Vogt, let's say he has a repeat performance over these next 2. Does it do anything for you if it's like, hey, man, last he got his chance? I mean, he's only played like, 9 games for the Nuggets? It hasn't been that many games he played.
He got the Thomas Bryant treatment.
Listen,
but
dude,
he's
buyout
got
guys
back
are
in.
bailout options. I think it's break glass in case of emergency. You don't have to play them. And most teams who have ever gone on to do what they want to do in the postseason, it's had very little to do with those guys.
Right.
I think getting Reggie was better than leaving that roster spot open. I think, no.
Saving a little money on the tax?
No. Like, just, you should
Converting
get him.
Jack White.
It's better than leaving that. But listen, if everything goes well, and with all due respect, I'm not trying to be spicy. If everything goes well, I don't think we hear from Reggie Jackson in the postseason.
I think you guys might be wrong on this. I'm with you in what I hope, but I just kind of think he's going to play, man. I would not be surprised if game 1 of the playoffs, he's just in there in the regular rotation, and we're like, wow.
I mean, he has a bit of an Austin Rivers.
because of this game.
No, but just because I think early on Malone's going to play 10 guys.
Yeah.
And then by game 3, it'll be down to 9, and then game 4, it'll be 8. But I just think early on he's going to play.
He could
could
have
see
a
it.
Rivers moment. He could hit a bunch of shots in a quarter and it turns a tide. But I
think we're going to a 10-man, 5 out, 5 subs at once.
We're back?
I think we're going to be there in game 1, and we're all going to be like, what? I thought it was different.
There's no way. We don't run a 10-man rotation all year
and then just
for
go
the
to
first
it.
time in 7
Thomas
years.
Bryant goes out there. Like, what? This one's fun. Christian Braun.
yeah, dude, come on.
I feel like he's at an all-time
It's
high
only
right
been
now.
in one place all season, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, here's the take about Christian Braun. I genuinely think he's maybe the best defender the Nuggets have.
He is.
I mean, at least like one-on-one. Like if you just say you need somebody to go out there and guard Devin Booker or whatever, there are guys he's not going to get against. So let me be clear about that. There's some speedy players that I think he's like not a great matchup for. But that type, shooter, good footwork, whatever, I just trust him more than anyone. And here's my take. He might need to play like 30 minutes in the playoffs. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm saying
It's not that crazy.
He guarded Devin Booker so well tonight. I'm like, I can't imagine taking him off the court and putting
Kind of
out.
be crazy, man.
Look.
You need him to be out there hounding those guys so they have to work so hard. They don't ever get a rhythm. You can't let them get a rhythm.
I think, to your point, he should play more in the playoffs than Bruce Brown. And I felt that he should play more than Bruce Brown for a while. They should definitely both play, but I'm with you.
Because you're going to have your creators more on the court more.
You
Jokic and Murray
will
will be
need
there more.
what Christian Brown brings in the playoffs more than what Bruce Brown brings. I
You might
think.
be right, man. You
Yeah,
might be
that
right.
is a great point of just looking at the playoffs, what is going to be needed? They're not going to need scoring. They're going to need a defender. They're going to need a guy that can be an interchangeable defender. That's what separates Christian Braun from like a KCP. I think that KCP is the best defender just because of the intangibles right now. But you can't go put him on, a wing, and he's going to be able to hold his own.
Yeah.
He's going to be good against guards and, navigating through screens. You need him more than Bruce Brown in a playoff series. So I do think that he needs to play more minutes for the playoffs.
Now, there's no way he plays more than Bruce Brown, but he
there's
should.
zero chance.
Yeah.
Bruce is small though, man. That's the difference to me.
He just makes things happen. Like, he's a hustler, but he's not as much a shutdown guy. And
Yeah.
I do think, like, if you play a Devin Booker, he just can't see anybody. KCP or Bruce Brown or Christian Braun have to be on the court at all times. You shouldn't play a single second, because I really do believe with players like that, Jamal's the same way. If you let Jamal hit 2 or 3 in a row because you put a bad defender on there to catch a rest, Jamal gets going. All of a sudden now he's feeling it.
That's that,
You can't ever let Booker get going. He needs to feel the defense every single time, and he has to work hard to get a player switched off of him. You can't just let him have an easy matchup.
great point,
So
man.
I think Christian Braun Stonk way up. Blacko Chanchar.
Let's pour one out for
Don't
our
make
guy.
me do this. I hate to do this, dude.
I don't even know.
I
I don't think it's his fault, but I think it's where we're at.
I like seeing him out there, man. He plays with a good pace. He really tries to bring energy. I love the way he plays.
Yeah.
Stonk's down because he's not playing. Even tonight, what did he have tonight? How many minutes?
Dude, he got
20
hurt,
minutes.
and that was that, man. It's
Vlaco had 2 steals, 2 blocks in 20 minutes.
Vlaco and Zeke have been alternating good 2-week stretches and then a little injury and who sits. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's musical chairs on the injury front for them too. And on top of that, when Vlaco plays, he's awesome. When does he play?
I know.
And also, he's always having to work himself back from an
I
injury.
know.
Same with him. Him and Zeke are one and the same.
Are we going to see him in the playoffs?
I don't think so.
No.
I think Jeff plays.
I- I think there's a better chance we see Reggie.
Then
Wow.
Vlaco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. I think there's a better chance we see Vlaco than Thomas Bryant.
Well, I mean, that's not that hot of a take.
Not at all. DeAndre Jordan.
Dude, there's a good answer to this.
Gotta be up.
He's playing well.
I'm just going to go no answer. I don't think it matters. He's just out there to do his job. Like,
I agree with that too.
there's... I
But
mean,
he's not
played
doing
hard.
it poorly.
Yeah, he has
He's
done a
not
very
doing it
good job.
poorly.
He's actually been a very good. There's nothing to say about DeAndre. He's not playing.
DeAndre is sure to get his numbers in these types of games.
Yeah, his rebounds in particular.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, this should be the DraftKings Sportsbook's pick of the week. DeAndre Jordan rebounds on Saturday.
Yeah.
They're going to up it to like 6 or 6.5.
You don't
Look
think
at that.
Thomas Bryant's getting the start?
Man, can you imagine? Actually, it's possible.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe.
Zeke Naji.
Down,
Say-
unfortunately.
It's nothing he's done. He's the guy that. Are we going to see Zeke Naji minutes in the playoffs, Dev?
I think there will be a little bit, not a lot. But I just go back to when they got the standing ovation at Ball Arena, when he came back and got to just be involved. He's another player, just like Vlaco. When they play, they are productive. Things go well. It's just the consistency. They're always hurt. No one even knows when they get hurt. They're just hurt.
Yeah, he did hit a 3 tonight, which was good to see. I mean, I
I
feel
was
like
shocked.
it's rare.
I think he's definitely in the playoff rotation. Definitely.
I expect to see him at least once.
for
yeah.
sure.
He plays alongside Jeff. Is like Malone's preferred.
Yeah,
He plays
it's
defense,
Zeke,
man.
Jeff,
Do we see him in a game 4 or 5?
Bruce Christian.
Is he like the first guy cut out?
This is how it's going to be. He's a first half guy for sure.
Right.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
And then depending on how it goes, you either go to him in the second half or you go to AG at center.
Yeah. Last guy we have here is Ish Smith.
I mean,
I actually have a real take here.
Sure. Why not?
Up, baby.
Why not?
Down? You have him down?
I guess like if, yeah, I don't care. You
Here's
go
my
ahead.
thing, man. If it weren't for Reggie's game tonight, I'd be like, play Ish over Reggie.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you
for
asked
sure.
me, told me like in a playoffs they need a point guard because something happened and they need one out there, I'd be like, put Ish in. Reggie hit some crazy shots tonight, man. But like even the shots he hit, I'm like,
I don't
I
know.
don't love
man.
these shots, man. They're just crazy.
Dude, there was one pass that Reggie made, chest pass to the other team. He eyed him down and just chest pass. It was a drill. I was shook.
He does
But,
have some of the worst
man,
turnovers.
Ish, though, he's just like, he's extremely fast where the defense has no chance against him. Like he keeps everyone on.
I don't know. They could
the
let him
entire
shoot.
time. He's too fast to even let him shoot. I think that's what happened. He just runs at you full speed, and it just puts the defense on their heels. So I would love to just see that for a couple minutes, just like a change of pace.
Any chance this stretch of games is like really meaningfully good for the bench, that they get a rhythm going? I'd say yes.
I think it can be good. Like, to go back to my big takeaway, the guys who are going to be playing in the playoffs played well.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's one thing you can definitely look at in all these games. Like, that's a real data point right there.
I think Christian Braun is maybe as confident as he's ever been, right? I don't think these minutes are hurting him.
Imagine if he had played the whole year, Vogt. Imagine what his confidence would be like then.
Shout out agendas, you know?
Did we do Peyton Watson yet, or did I forget him?
I don't
We
know,
have not
man.
done
Oh,
him yet.
Peyton Watson. Sorry,
Come
that's
on.
the easiest one ever,
Yeah,
man. Like
that's-
his stock, yeah, it's actually like way up here. Do we see him in the playoffs?
No, but he's good.
No, but he's got a better chance to play than some guys, like
I do
Thomas
think we
Bryant.
should clarify, because I've been getting a lot of questions at DNVR Nuggets. Peyton Watson, not on a two-way contract. Those belong to
yeah.
Colin Gillespie and Jack White.
He's a first-round pick.
In theory, Peyton Watson could play in the playoffs. I don't expect him to, but I've seen that confusion out there, and I just wanted to clarify. He could
There's a
play.
big difference between a first-round and second-round pick. I mean, I know it's one spot, but contract-wise.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a moment in the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
That
Yeah.
would be incredible.
One
I'd love
moment.
for it. I'd love for it. We got to ask Yoke when we get practice next week what he thinks of Peyton. I haven't heard him
He's
talk
like,
about
who?
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I think he's good. You know, he runs hard.
All right, let's take a break. On the other side, get your super chats in. Let's super chat it up. Do we have any, Kill?
8?
All right, I'll take it.
Volo Sports. Volo is the largest social sports company in the entire United States.
What's second?
I don't know. They don't even deserve a mention, though. It's Volo and then the rest. Us, the DNVR crew, we're playing in a bowling league Mondays. I think that starts up maybe next week. Cherry Creek Bowling League, Monday nights. Join us. Sign up with Volo and bowl against us Monday nights at Cherry Creek. Sign up for the Spring Leagues closes April 13th. If you use code DNVR, you're going to save $10 on your sign up. So make sure you use code DNVR10. DNVR10. Save $10 when you sign up with Volo Sports. They've got kickball, soccer, volleyball, softball, cornhole, bocce ball, basketball, pickleball, bowling, mini golf, flag football, and more this spring. So really, any sport you want to play, you can play with Volo. They got leagues throughout the city. If you're in Lodo, Rhino, Uptown, City Park, the Highlands, even Arvada, Aurora, they've got Volo Sports Leagues out there. So just make sure to use code DNVR10 when you sign up. Get $10 off your sign-up fee. Also, at Illegal Pete's. Illegal Pete's, we got one right down the street from us here at the DNVR Bar. And if you have a grad party coming up, maybe you're catering a grad party, cater with Illegal Pete's. Catering.illegalpete's.com. Catering.illegalpete's.com. Look, if you cater Illegal Pete's, nobody's going to be upset about the food at your grad party. I guarantee you that. Like, if I showed up to a grad party and they had Illegal Pete's, it'd be like, all right, that's what's up. This episode of the DNVR Nuggets podcast brought to you by Illegal Pete's. Catering.illegalpete's.com.
Love
Sign
it.
up there.
All right, let's get some super chats in. What do we got, Kale? Who wants to read these?
I got you. Seth Bang checking in. Finally got the RJ game I knew he was capable of. Quick question. Who's
Reggie
that?
Jackson.
Thank you. Maybe the bench is just cursed because the bench had a great night as starters. All Nuggets are good. My takeaway.
I like that.
Suns aren't as scary as they say.
Man, a lot of people saying this, man. Well, first of all, I love this idea that when the bench starts, they're good, but then the bench behind them is bad. I like this take. But, man, so you said it, Dev said it, like, I mean, look, man, KD's unguardable. That's the part of this that I think it's just so tough is, like, I don't know who guards KD in a playoffs.
Christian Braun.
I mean, yeah. That's not a series where, like, Malone just blinks right away and MPJ just plays 18 minutes, 23 minutes.
Scary.
I'm going to freak out.
You are going to freak out. But, I mean,
It
would
is
you be
what it
surprised?
is. Nope. Bring on the next super chat. Devontae Collins checking in. All the Nuggets are good. Dude, tonight
I love it, man.
You might be right.
People
man.
are feeling this vibe way more than us. I think we're down because of all the alcohol we drank earlier today.
I think you're right. We're hungover.
been a long day.
Everyone else is vibing up.
He said all Nuggets are good on an all bench lineup, so things are definitely
Things are
good.
definitely up.
Except for Thomas Bryant, apparently.
Malik Moore, Suns may have showed their hand during the clutch, putting KD as the weak side spacer, getting those open threes.
I love that take.
Not gonna lie, don't think that's a sleight of hand.
We might have figured it out, though.
I
don't
think
know.
he's gonna be there and make those shots a lot. But I respect where you're coming from.
I don't think the Suns are going to do anything crazy, you know? I feel like they're a pretty basic team to scout. Now, they're impossible to stop, but I feel like the scout is pretty,
Right.
regular.
Also, they didn't really care to win this game.
No, they did not. This is
They
the
just
opposite
kind
of
of
what's been
won
happening
it.
to the Nuggets for 5 weeks. Fernando Parra was a lot of fun sitting with the Suns crowd, sweating it out, and watching Brown Town lock up Book. Look forward to being back when the Nuggets beat them in the playoffs.
Nice.
I love all the behind the enemy lines check-ins.
I do too, man. I love that check.
I love the being behind enemy lines and then coming to watch our show right after.
Hell yeah,
Oh yeah,
man.
that's good
Homie.
stuff. Sam, kind of more scared of the Suns, seeing them turn it on late in the fourth and get the win, whereas the Nuggets haven't been able to.
All right.
That is an awesome takeaway.
Kind of more scared.
Nuggets are number one on the clutch this year, but other than that, your point's valid.
Listen, they would beat Peyton Watson, I think.
Yeah.
Big Namek, based on the minutes that Jeff has been getting, will we see him as the eighth man in the rotation in the playoffs?
Yes.
He's playing,
100%.
man. He's playing.
He has really created some separation between him and Vlatko.
Malone would have done it if he was playing poorly, and he's playing well. So
You didn't read hashtag sexual chocolate.
yeah, that was a choice actually.
That was a choice.
Even
But
intentional.
you're supposed to read what it says.
He paid
That's
for
true.
it, man. He
That's
paid
true.
for it.
San Diego? Sean, I'm flying in from Cali to watch Saturday's game. What are the chances any of the Nuggets starters play? Slim.
Probably very low.
Also,
feel
you
bad
guys
for
recommend places to eat. The
Yeah,
DNVR Bar.
The DNVR Bar.
Honestly, what did you say is your go-to if somebody comes into town? You say go eat there.
I'm a big breakfast guy, so I have a bunch of breakfast spots. Like One Fold, I love One Fold, dude.
Probably Illegal Pete's.
I love it. We're company, man.
Yeah.
By the way, no, you wasted your flight, and Saturday's game's going to be terrible.
If you want to
I
come
hope
here and
he's
hang
coming-
out,
I hope he's coming here for more than just the game.
yeah, come here, man. Come hang out. CJ, check it in. Man, F that noise. The time for complaining about Malone and morale is over. Get in the bunker with these Nuggets and stop fearing a loss. Give me the Lakers, Suns, Warriors, and let them take the L on the way out.
I'm telling you, I honestly am having this energy. The more I just sit on it, the more I'm just like, you know what? F it. Let's effing go, man.
They're good,
Put
man.
these guys away.
Good
They
team.
either are or they aren't. Let's just find out.
You go to war, you find out, right?
Let's find out, man.
5-5-5-5-5-ish. Super fun game. Also, they said on national TV that the Nuggets need to find CB more minutes. Harrison's campaign finally going places.
Finally, man. It took 80 games, but we made it.
You stuck with it.
By the way,
I mean, that's
every
what you gotta
Christian
do,
Brown update on ESPN is attributed to Harrison Wynn, just so you
love
guys
it.
know. Tom Mick Goldrick. That's not your name. Love this team, man. Bright present, bright future. Agreed, Tom.
I love it, man. The people are feeling it. The
know.
chat has been popping. I was
love
reading
it.
the chat too during it.
Doc No, literal spicy
Oh.
take. Landry Shamet kind of looks like a jalapeno pepper. That is all.
It looks like a jalapeno.
I can't say I understand where that's.
That's an unbelievable
I think
take.
it's the nose thing. He looks like he looks like Waluigi or something like that.
That is it.
He does look like
Looks like a jalapeno,
great.
man. What an incredible super chat. Thanks for those, guys. Let's take one last break, and then we'll get out of here. Av's about to take the
we're
show.
not
Final
done?
segment. We have our final takeaways.
More big takeaways. Mile High City Golden Ale from Breck Brew. Breck Brew is the official beer of DNVR. If you don't know where to get Breck Brew, check out the Breck Brew beer locator. BreckBrew.com. Just type in your zip code. That will tell you where to get it. Mile High City Golden Ale from Breckenridge Brewery. Also check out some of those other favorites. The Avalanche Amber, the Juice Drop. They got seltzers as well. Breck Brew's got everything you need for this summer. Also, DraftKings Sportsbook this Saturday. Action-packed UFC 287 fight card finishes with an epic rematch. Longtime rivals Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya.
Man, good job.
Adesanya.
Big MMA guy wind over here.
Not at all.
That's this week.
That's
This
Saturday. UFC 287. Middleweight title. Throw down your shot to win big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. New customers can bet just $5 on a pre-fight money line. Get $150 in bonus bets if their fighter wins. Plus, all customers can get close to the octagon excitement with DraftKings same-game parlays. You can do a same-game parlay on UFC 287. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code DNVR. New customers can bet just $5 on a pre-fight money line. Get $150 in bonus bets if their fighter wins this Saturday at DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. And minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And the DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week is DeAndre Jordan.
Let's go!
Do you think they're going to up it?
Yes, it's going to be 6.5.
Over 6.5 rebounds on
Utah
Saturday.
Against he's going to get it, man.
Saturday against Utah. Over Azubuike. Over 6.5 rebounds. DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week.
Love it. All right, we got one more super chat came in from our resident hater and Celtics fan, Laking Ball.
Laking
He
Ball
checks
checking
in.
in. All right, the Nuggets played 2 games against the Suns in which they could have won without starters. I might be a Nuggets fan. They've grown on me because of me watching you guys.
Hell yeah, we converted a Celtics fan.
Still
Even though
agreeing
you
with
shit
teamwork.
on the Celtics every show.
The best text I ever got was from a Celtics fan, and he said,
Was it Laking Ball?
He said, I might like the Celtics 25% less because of you.
Hey, mission accomplished, I think.
Laking Ball, if you ever want to get a beer, let me know, man. I'm here.
There you go. Let's go around the association really quickly just to look at this. The Thunder beat the Jazz. Hey, remember when we all got excited about the end of the season, but then half the teams are just tanking? Like, that should have been a great game battle for the play-in. Jazz threw the towel in 114-98. Thunder hanging by a thread here. You got the Spurs beat the Trailblazers in a tank fest. These are the real true ones. 129-127. Come down to the wire. Both teams trying to lose. Unbelievable. The Heat beat the 76ers 129-101. You made the reference earlier, Joel Embiid.
He played tonight, but I think he's done.
You think after this he's done?
I think I saw he's not playing the next one.
It's funny that they've been so on fire, and then again, as soon as you lock in your seating, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
And the Cavs beat the Magic in another pointless game, 118-94. Let's give just a final takeaway, guys, from this game. Any final thoughts to put a bow on this, Dev?
Honestly, it's back to my takeaway. Like, this Suns team does not scare me.
I love this energy.
They don't scare me, honestly. Yeah, they're
I
not
think
at
that's
their
insane,
full
by the
strength.
way.
They're not at their full strength, I guess.
Why?
Because we're acting like that's such a crazy take. They played against the backups, and they competed. They played really hard, and it took Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and Kevin Durant to actually play well in the second half for them to win the game. I like that. So I like Denver's chances. That's my takeaway.
Final takeaway is Landry Shamet definitely looks like Waluigi. I looked it up just now.
Yeah,
Like,
Dev is so right
the
about
resemblance is there.
that. That might be the best take in the history
that's
of
a
this
great
show.
takeaway, Dev.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I feel bad about that, too.
Is that your real final takeaway?
Yeah.
All right. You got a final takeaway from
I'm
me?
doing a shirt drop for the Avs right now, so no.
Miko Rantanen, 50 goals.
50 goals,
Hat trick
baby.
tonight.
The Moose is loose.
The
By
Moose is
now.
First,
52?
First in the decision. Yeah, he had 3 goals today.
He had
a hat
3
trick.
goals? That's ripping, dude.
Yeah, it took us forever to get to 50, then he just broke it right
Is
open.
that a turkey?
By the way, I was told the record for the Avs, 54 goals. We got 5 games to go. Peak hockey guy Adam over here. All right, guys, that does it for us. The Avs are here. They actually have a winner's lounge to get to, so we're going to clear the room for them. Hit that like button on the way out. We'll see you guys on Saturday.